What up, Barb? What up, Adam? Mikey? What's up, Bull Runner? Yo, Barb, did you get in here? Or did you get in on the 618 pullback? How'd you get in here? Just curious. Nice. I think I bruised or broke my rib over the weekend. You know, it's like motorized scooters that you can rent and drive around. I like fell off and bruised my rib. All right. All right, cool guys. What's up, Ramis? What's up, Nasim? Yeah, man. It's mainly like if I lay down and then get back up, it's like a shooting pain in my rib. All right, guys. So let's start with this. So, guys, if you guys aren't reading the Sunday market polls, this is like the third week in a row that we get banger play from the market polls. So I definitely recommend you guys read this. We were talking about this yesterday on the stream as well. We're talking about like on the short side. I am also interested in a bearish SFP on the 4-hour at 90,357. And it makes me happy, Barb, that you were. This music's really loud in my ear. Hold on. It makes me happy, Barb, that you were able to catch this before I even saw it. That's fucking awesome. But basically, what do we say all the time on this channel, right? So you get the 4-hour SFP, you trade the break of structure, not the SFP, right? And it's actually got you in sooner before the SFP confirmed. But you trade the break of structure. So the 4-hour we were talking about, we had our alert set, right? Everyone should have had an alert here. We set it on last night's stream. So we come up, we SFP the 4-hour high. We also perfectly test a uptrending and downtrending confluence, right? So we have the downtrend line on the daily that we were talking about testing last night. We have the range uptrend that we were also talking about testing last night. If we zoom in to where you rejected from, it's the confluence of those two trend lines, right? So very obvious rejection zone. We were looking at the 5-minute because that's the one that had. You could have waited for a 15-minute break. You just would have got in a lot later, right? Like you would have been in from 89,000 as opposed to like 89.8, right? So both valid in my opinion. There's still a lot of meat left on this because what do we expect, right? So when you SFP the 4-hour, you SFP the strong high, it targets the weak low. Now we do have a lot of demand in here that we can likely bounce from, but we would be targeting the weak low down here. So, and I really wish I waited till we got more people in here. I mean, they'll go back and watch it. It's fine. It just doesn't really matter. Yeah, but you SFP the 4 hour and then you break structure bearishly right here. All right, so here's your key to enter. This would be the entry. I was watching the 4 hour and I was doing some NASDAQ trading, so I wasn't really watching this that closely, but we come down, we come up, we kind of staircase our structure on the 5 minute here, the SFP. Then we come back down, we pull back again, and then I gave the signal to enter here. It was pretty awesome because I entered right here, right before this little move up, and then it was pretty much zero drawdown down, which is always nice. I was prepared for more drawdown. I was prepared to maybe come at SFP this high, so we had a pretty big stop on here, but played out quite nicely today. Then we're just getting some bearish consolidation, break trend line breakdown. What did we break down here at the lows? Did we break 5 minute? No, 3 minute. Yeah, so we had a 3 minute structure break here. We come up off the 3 minute structure break, you get a little fake out here, you continue up, and now we're breaking 3 minute bearish again. I would anticipate that we come right back down here. It would be my anticipation, but we'll see what happens. Another reason that we're likely to come straight back down to the lows is because we did not grab this liquidity. We have liquidity here. It would be very odd for us to stop right here and go back up without grabbing the weekend liquidity from yesterday's kind of open dump. Yeah, we got liquidity down here at 87,500 as well. I would definitely anticipate us coming back to get that. Why is this happening? Hold on. There we go. What's up, Bearded? Yeah, man, you told me to go live early. You didn't even get in here, bro. No, I'm just playing with you. I'm curious though. Throw a 1 if you caught this short. Throw a 2 if you caught this short without me. All right, cool. Nice. Love to see you guys winning. Yeah, it took a little bit of balls here because you weren't really shorting the break. Like this would have been a little cleaner, but you were shorting like just kind of mid-trend. But I didn't want to miss this 4-hour range rotation move down to the lows, so see what we get. Profit locked. Your stop loss should be at entry. Just ride that baby down. Okay, so let's talk about it. So let's kind of get rid of this. We're back in the megaphone pattern. We've got the low of the megaphone pattern down here, like 87,200. We can extend this out a little bit. Might be relevant, might not, but it's an area that we can look for confluences to maybe see if we need to close some more of that short. We know that we are currently sitting in the premium of the range, right? We've been in the premium of the range pretty much ever since the weekend started. We caught a nice short at the top of premium, and what does that target? It targets the week lows, around like 84,500. Now, I am still going to be looking for longs down here in this demand zone. So if we can come back to like 85.7, I will be looking for structure breaks in 85.7, kind of in combination with what we see on the weekly market pulse as well. What do we know about smaller time frames? We know that the 15-minute broke bearish, right? 15-minute broke bearish, which is probably what we came up to if I had to guess. If I had to guess here, I'd say, yeah, golden pocket on the 15-minute. That's why it's important to be able to read structure and see where your golden pocket actually is, right? So we take out the low here, and we set a high, and then we take out the low again. So you pull your golden pocket from here to the low, and we rejected right from that. Kind of standard behavior, broke this downtrend. Now, so in order to break the 15-minute back bullish, you have to take this high here. Right, that would be a bull break on the 15. You could also come down, sweep up, break it that way. We know that we have order block resistance here, or supply resistance here, sitting from about. So this is kind of a defense for the short, right? If we durably can break through this, it starts to look worse for the short, but right now it doesn't look too bad. Now let's look at these higher time frames. Man, sometimes my chart gets so messy. I swear we just redid this chart yesterday on the stream. It already feels messy to me. One sec, I'm gonna drink some water. What's up, JR? Thanks for the kind words, man. Hope you're doing well. I always see you killing it, brother. Isaac, you caught this short? Nice. What's up, Shantae? Appreciate you, bearded. Alright, so we know that this downtrending resistance is coming ever so slightly, that we are getting ever so slightly closer to breaking that resistance, but we haven't broke it yet, so we just know that we're at resistance. If we look at the 1 hour, one of the nice things for this range rotation short is that the more time that passes by, the closer we are to protecting our entry with this trend line, right? Like if we can make it to tomorrow morning without coming up here, then in order to stop out the short, you'd have to break the downtrending resistance, which is pretty cool. Yeah, guys, I mean, this test was uptrending, downtrending resistance confluence. It's pretty bearish that we can't break through that. It's also like it would have been a little better for Bitcoin, in my opinion, structure-wise. I mean, of course, the price can do anything, right? We could get like a God candle up, but just saying structure-wise, because we broke the 15-minute here. We know we did that over the weekend. We broke the 15-minute here, and what did we do after we broke the 15-minute? We came back down and we set a great golden pocket here. Golden pocket retest. Up we go. We were talking about this last night. But if you guys remember on the stream last night, you always want to look into like risk to reward, right? You always want to make sure that when you're taking a trade, you understand how much you're risking. You understand where your take profit is. So we were talking about why this trade was not very appealing, right? I mean, even if we put our stop below here, we're talking about why this wasn't very appealing. And the reason was because we had all of this overhead resistance above us here, which is why last night I told you guys, if you want to get bullish, just wait for the 4 hour to break and then try to get in on a mitigation move. Because otherwise what happens, you get long, you got a bunch of resistance right in your face, you come up to resistance, you reject down. Man, the bulls really want this to break. Like, if this is going to be like a false move Monday dump, right, and we come back up, then it starts to look a lot better. But it's kind of what I tell you guys all the time. Let Bitcoin prove it. Now, what is cool, if we did pump from here, is that we have set a low on the 4 hour. Which means that if we come up and break this high, the golden pocket is a lot closer, right? And look at how this kind of looks as well, right? If this happens, it kind of looks like a breakout of the downtrend, a retest, and go. All in line with 4 hour golden pocket, 4 hour pump, 4 hour structure. But we have to trade what we see, which is that we have come up and tested this resistance once, tested this resistance twice, and both times we were getting bearish reactions from it. We also know that on the daily, we have a weak low below us. We also know we have liquidity down at like 83,500 and 80,500 that we are making our way down to. But yeah, not much has changed from yesterday's stream in terms of like the levels that I'm looking at, except for this new supply that we have formed here. And the fact that we SFP'd the 4 hour. Oh wait, my chart is missing something. Where'd he go? Did we forget to put this on last night? Alright, so Boo Boo the Bear is still in full effect. Yes, we could come up and break this, but hope is not a strategy. You want to see this break. Seriously, guys, if you guys want to be super bullish, right? I mean, we're so close, right? I mean, what is that? I mean, Bitcoin dumped 2 grand a day. I mean, it could pump 2 grand tomorrow easily. And then you'd have the 4 hour structure on your side and it would look a lot better. And we could try to make our way up to like this $97,000 level. But as of right now, the bear has attacked. Bear's attacked down, right? Has taken out Beefy the Bull. And we are anticipating further downside. That's why we're mainly taking shorts on this channel. It's because the 4 hours bearish. And that's why bias is so important. It's been a while since we've gone over kind of the bias here, and there's a lot of new people here, so we'll talk about it. It hasn't really come up recently because ever since this break here on the 4 hour, we've been bearish with the slight exception of what was that, like maybe like 2 days when we had a little bullish hopium here. We had like I think we can go out on a limb here and call this bull bullshit right here. We had bullshit the bull here. But generally on this channel we try to flip our bias with the 4 hour structure, and the reason for that is because if you have a job and you're trading like a 9 to 5, it's a lot easier to manage. Like if you're at work and you know there's only going to be 2 4 hour red candles or 2 4 hour green candles or whatever the case may be, only 2 candles while you're at work, it's a lot easier to trade. And also these moves typically take, you know, a week or 2 to play out, so it gives you a bias for that week or 2 of trading. Normally Bitcoin has a lot more breaks than it had over here, but like when you do trade with the 4 hour trend, right, you break bullish here, get a move up, you break bearish here, get a move down, you break back bullish here, mitigation, continuation, you break bearish here, you get a big move down. Even back here the 4 hour structure was a little confusing, but like the 6 hour had it, right? Yeah, it's like you broke the 6 hour bearish here, you correct down until you break the 4 hour back bullish. But even if you had looked at it like the 4 hour didn't break bearish here, you still would have caught in the trade here like we were looking at on the stream. The 886 retest on the 4 hour that led to the new all-time highs. That in combination with the internal market structure break here, golden pocket or 786 retest. So yeah, it's really important to have a bias. The 4 hours is a great time frame to do that with. I mean, if you had been bearish ever since the original 4 hour break up here, you've done incredibly well for yourself, and you haven't gotten faked out of this downtrend at all. Because what happens here, we have to go on the Coinbase chart to show this, but we can show it. Yeah, we also had distribution at the highs, right? We talked about this all the time. You have 1, 2, 3 hits to the high, break a structure after the second hit, then you initiate out, and this was a mitigation on the weekly. Throw a 1 in the chat if you guys remember the weekly mitigation trade. I know you caught that, Barb. Nice, well done. But yeah, so a lot of my lines from back here are still on the chart, but we had a 4 hour SFP and a let's see, where am I at? Yeah, so we had a 4 hour SFP and a 1 hour break of structure that led to this giant move to the downside, right? So kind of a similar setup to what we've gotten in this range a lot. So if I go back to the other chart here, we got a 4 hour SFP here. Not only that, but what did we get here? We got a bearish SFP and a bearish break of structure. Then that started the downtrend. Then we got another SFP All right, and we get continuation down. Then we break structure here. What does that do? Moves your high here. Then you break that high. It moves your high over here when you come back to SFP it. And then you take the low. You get a break of structure again. And then you SFP the high again. Right? So bulls are trying. There's definitely, like, if we look back, right? Like this range, there was only one SFP. Right? So as we come down, set a new range. Now we've had 1, 2, 3 SFPs. So bulls are definitely trying to take the range back. There is arguments that, you know, maybe we break out of this and maybe we go up. But what needs to happen first, Bitcoin needs to prove it, right? It's like if you have a friend, right? Like here's your friend. And this friend is really unreliable and is always canceling whenever he says he's going to help you out. You're not really going to trust this friend anymore. What would make you trust this friend again? If you asked him to help you move and he actually started picking up boxes and moving those boxes, right? Then you're like, okay, cool. All right, check. All right, you picked yourself up by your bootstraps, right? You figured your shit out, whatever the case may be, and you trust this friend again. But Bitcoin hasn't done that. It just keeps dropping the boxes and dropping the boxes and dropping the boxes. And you just end up with a lot of broken shit. I don't know if that analogy makes sense, but hopefully that hammers a little bit of a home for you guys. All right, awesome, guys. Well, thanks for coming in. That was all the Bitcoin stuff. I know a lot of you guys joined halfway through the Bitcoin analysis. Make sure you go back and watch the beginning. It talks about not only how we got in this trade, but everything to expect from Bitcoin going forward. We can go ahead and sorry, I was reading chat. Yeah, if you guys have any altcoins that you want me to look at, you guys can drop those in the chat. We can take a look, and then we can call it. All right. Oh, ETH, you dirty dog. So ETH has reclaimed. So ETH has done what Bitcoin has failed to do, which is this the daily downtrend as well? Yeah. Interesting. So ETH looks a little different than Bitcoin just in terms of so we had this downtrending resistance that ETH did pump out of. It's now come back down. What did we get out of this? 786. Came back down to the 786. Has now broken out of this resistance here, kind of going sideways still, kind of. This is more of an ascending triangle than a megaphone pattern here on ETH. We had the megaphone, but we didn't come back to retest it. I guess it looks kind of similar to Bitcoin. Yeah, still in like a megaphone pattern here. We're coming back up to test supply right now. Oh, nice bottom. Nice bottom on ETH. This looks way cleaner than Bitcoin because we actually have 5-minute structure. So ETH comes back down to test. This is the previous uptrend line from the range. Yeah, this is the previous uptrend line from the range. We reclaimed it. It comes back down to test it, and ETH actually gets a 5-minute break of structure. Man, that is a beautiful bottom. It's a beautiful bottom on the 5-minute. So you get your break of structure, you get your range, initiation, mitigation, continuation, which is nice. So what level is important to watch right now on ETH? It's going to be, so is the 15-minute bearish as well? You set a high here. And what about 12-minute? You SFP'd it. You SFP'd it. Okay. Interesting. So yeah, ETH had a way better bottom. This looks better than Bitcoin, but how is ETH Bitcoin doing? Internal of 1 hour, or at least 1 hour. Yeah. So you get your 1 hour break of structure here. You come back to test the low. You're continuing your uptrend. Then you get, yeah. So your 1 hour bear break on ETH to Bitcoin is still in the same spot. So like 33.56. You want to see this hold. But yeah, back to what I was talking about. So you get your range initiation, mitigation, continuation on ETH. This would have been a nice long here. I just don't know if the risk to reward was there with it being, oh, you did get like a 2 risk to reward, and you could be running this up to the highs. Yeah, I can see that. Joey, basically what I'll tell you on ETH right now is that you need to watch 2998. This is going to be your 5-minute bear break. If this breaks, I would anticipate like that would line up with, oh, Bitcoin's pumping up a little bit. Nice. I would anticipate that this would lead to a loss of the range, but yeah, we've kind of lost our uptrend coming back down. I would set an alert at 2998. If you break that, you can look for like golden pocket short back down. But I mean, if you're going to be shorting, I mean, Bitcoin looks a little bit better in my opinion. A little late for the short, but if you can find something within the range, then it's nice. Yeah, because you did SF. Oh yeah, you have the SFP target up here too. Yeah, that trade. I mean, hopefully you would have paid yourself a little bit, but yeah, this makes sense to me. Yeah. Yeah. Nice if anyone caught this. I wasn't looking at ETH, but that was pretty clean. Yeah, I think if you lose 2998, you're coming down. Rejecting off of supply. And then if you're looking for even lower targets, you gotta close below 2959 for 15-minute. And then I'll be bearish. Otherwise, I mean, if Bitcoin starts looking good, we do have an SFP target up here. In terms of like the 4 hour, yeah, you do kind of staircase this a little bit, but I do like that it was able to get a little bit of acceptance over it. Yeah, ETH doesn't look that bad. Yeah. I mean, you could look to continue to ride it, but with the loss of momentum, I'd be careful. You got a 786 retest here on your 5-minute structure. I'd be looking, do you have 1 minute? So yeah, you break the 1 minute. Yeah, you break the 1 minute bearish here. Or no, yeah, you break it bearish here, which means all of this is 1 minute. Which means you've just set a bullish break here. You're kind of staircasing the 1 minute as well. But I do like the break. I'll tell you what, ETH looks a little more bullish than Bitcoin does. But we'll have to wait and see. I'd be careful. It's kind of in the middle of this range right now, kind of a no trade zone. Unless you're long from the 786 here. Yeah. Looks okay. Yeah, dude, that wouldn't fit me, Alex. If it's extra small, you can keep it, bro. All right, is there anything else you guys want to look at? Let's look at total. So total gets the break. It's the bearish break of structure here. Sets the low, set a high, set a low. Yeah, so you SFP total as well. Yeah. I mean, resistance lines have just been hitting. Yeah. I mean, you can't sweat that. I mean, daily downtrend, range uptrend, clear rejection. But we're so close, guys. We're so close. Boo Boo is shaking in his boots right now. Right? Shaking in his boots. But right now, it's still winning. Right? Bah. AVAX? Yeah, we can look at AVAX. Oh, man. It's still in this shit. It's still in the shit. It looks like shit, bro. AVAX looks like shit, bro. Yeah, I mean, you could argue breakout retest of the trend line, but you have a weak low below you. Like, I want to see this weak low taken. I'm going to stick to the position that I've been in on AVAX since here, since here, since here, since here, since here, since here. It's coming here. What would change my mind? Well, I mean, your external structure. I think we have external structure on Coinbase, so maybe I should look at that before. Yeah, here's the thing though, man. Like, AVAX breaks 4-hour structure on Coinbase and then just dies again. But I mean, if we're, it doesn't even really push back the high. I would take this wick as 4-hour structure here. What about 6 hours? It's 6 hours. Oh. Yeah. I would say at the very least for AVAX, if you want to be bullish on this, you got to see 1266 break. Because at least on Coinbase, technically that is external structure because the wick's not as big. But the problem for me is the perps chart tells me that we're coming here. $8. Yeah. I would say if you think that this is a breakout retest and it's gonna go, just wait for this to break and then you can take your shot, right? If you think AVAX is gonna do well, then you can take your shot. But this looks like shit to me. I mean, look at the pace of the sellers, right? I mean, it's just like straight down. But I can't give you that, bro. If you want to know, like, when you can structurally have some hopium, it would be at a break of 12.666. All right, Bearded. I'll look at night for you, bro. How's it doing? Hey, yo. All right, Bearded. I know why you wanted me to look at this, bro. Well done. Well done, brother. I should have bought some when you told me. When'd you tell me about this thing? Like, you told me about this at like 4 cents. Congratulations, brother. It wasn't even hard. I mean, I'm not saying that it wasn't hard. I mean, this is shit to hold through, but in terms of like just drawing a line on the chart. You did try to tell me, Bearded. You did, man. You told me so many times. Who was it? Charles Hoskinson or whatever? Put this coin out? Yeah, man. I mean, I think you just wanted me to look at it so I could see this, which nice. But if you actually want me to do... Yeah, golden pocket bounce. Could come back to test. With this break, it could come back to test here. But likely you'll get a bounce here, like 7.5 cents. Others went to top 10. What's the market cap on this now? Do you know? Well done, my friends. Yeah, you know what you're looking at. You don't really need me to do T on this. It's too new anyway, but if we just slap like a lifetime VWAP on this. Yeah. It proves that it deserves to be alive. It retests that and then off to the races. Nice. Top 100 already? Nice. You know what? Alright, you've convinced me, brother. We're going to add this to the Wave Cipher watch list right now. I don't know if this has utility or not, but we'll throw it in this list. Keep an eye on it. Bang. Nice. Nicely done, Bearded. Good trade. Okay. Sui. Sui? Alright, so we never broke this high, so this trade is not valid. It still could play, so maybe I'll leave it. Yeah, it still could play. If the 1 hour breaks this, I still like this trade. I also still like the play at this demand zone here at about 1.39. We'll see. But yeah, basically, I'm going to give you the same analysis from the stream last night, which is, was this 15 minute? It's slow. No, you, oh, look at that. All right, we could do another JPOW lesson here. What do we get at the high here? All right, can you guys spot it? We get SFP, break of structure. And what does it do? It starts to run to the downside, right? So this is just another JPOW at the highs. Anytime that you see a coin putting in a JPOW at the highs or at the lows, it's basically saying, hey, pay attention, the trend could change here. Which is what we saw. What time frame was I? So it had to be like 30. What is this line? Oh, this is 30 minute. It's 30 minute. Okay, so you break your 30 minute structure bearish, you come retest JPOW supply, and you reject down. 30 minute trend is still down. So you have to flip the 30 minute back bullish for me to be bullish on this. Because of the larger trade idea, because you have a daily week high, right? This is a daily week high. If you can come and break that 30 minute structure back bullish, then it makes sense to take along because you have a 3.45 risk to reward up to the highs. So we'll keep an eye on that. Do I have an alert here? I'm going to set an alert here. Let's do 30 minute. Okay, nice. So yeah, we're still looking for this high to break if you want to get long. Otherwise, you think you're coming down to these two demand zones. If the bulls are going to win on Bitcoin, if Bitcoin can pump out of here, I think Sui is going to do insanely well. I'll show you exactly why. The reason for that is because on the daily for Sui, what do you have? You have a SFP, break of structure. What did I just say before? Whenever you see a JPOW appearing at the lows or at the highs, it is your signal to pay attention because the trend likely can change. Now, Sui put in a perfect JPOW here. You could even argue, there's an argument to be made, that with this break of structure, right, what does that give us? And I think that we talked about this yesterday, judging by the fact that I have my Wyckoff dots down here. But, right, that we could have 1 hit, 2 hits, break of structure, 3rd hit, order block. So, again, let Sui prove itself, right? Let Sui come up here and break the 30-minute structure high. Ooh, this looks good too, man. Breakout retest. Yeah, definitely make sure you're watching Sui up here. 1.49. If that breaks, I mean, it could be on like Donkey Kong. So, I might signal something on Sui if we can come break this. But again, that would mean that Bitcoin has to break its downtrending resistance. Bitcoin has to reclaim that uptrend line. And then we could look to let this play out. Otherwise, yeah, you're coming to 139. Not bad, though. You have a 12-hour JPOW at the lows. I mean, what does this look like? I mean, we can look at... Sol is always the example that we use, right? Of Sol and Bitcoin, the cycle top. But, or, sorry, not cycle talk, but... I mean, let's be honest, probably cycle talk. We'll see. Don't worry, when Boo Boo dies, I'll change my tune. But yeah, it basically looks like this, right? Looks like SFP break of structure at the highs or at the lows. And what follows is generally a reversal. All right, cool. Yeah, Sui looks good. Sui looks good. But those are the levels that I'd be watching. You guys hopefully have those demand levels. I mean, it looks the exact same, except that you didn't get a big initiation out. But you're retesting the order block. Third, no. So the levels are 149.60 and 139 and 136 that I'm looking at. It's 46th in market cap. Hey, it's still got room, bro. Especially like if Bitcoin can start running. I mean, Bitcoin does look pretty bearish right now with the 4-hour SFP target, but yeah, man, great call on night, bro. Awesome. Well done. Ondo? Sure, man. You can look at Ondo. Bow, 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 bow. Oh, gross. Gross. Why? I'm just messing with you. I mean, sort of. Like, why are you looking at this? I mean, I'm gonna say it again, dude. It looks like shit. This looks. I mean, all it's done is go down. I mean, is there a chart that has some external structure on it that we can look at? Okay. So we didn't get the bull break here. We didn't confirm this trade here. We just continuing to sell off. So here's what I can tell you on the Coinbase chart. At least you gotta come above $40 or 40.6 cents. If you come above that, you have a bull trend. You can look to hop into a new bull trend. If this does not break, stay the hell away from longing this. Stay the hell away from longing this. Why? Because we have a weak low here, and then on perps we have a weak low like way down fucking here, right? So yeah, you're in the premium of the range, right? If we take our range, you're in the premium of the range, and you're in a bear trend on the 4-hour. I would expect this to roll over. Look, Bitcoin's doing the thing. Bitcoin's rolling over. There we go. It's going to drag all of this garbage down with it. Okay. ICP. Yeah. How long have we been live? Oh, about an hour? All right. Oh, hey. Okay. All right. So ICP gets a 4-hour break. And guys, I'm glad that this coin got brought up right after all those other coins that look like shit, right? Notice how if you wait for the 4-hour to break, you get the move, right? You mitigate, you continue. You get a stronger move. Now, the question is it just going to give it all back? I mean, we're losing momentum here. We've bearishly retested momentum, and now we're going down. I would be very careful with this. If you're... Oh, and it just. Oh, okay, it SFPs. It SFPs a 15-minute multiple times. Takes to the low, moves 15-minute high here. You break 15-minute market structure bullish, but now you're just giving it all back. I'd say, let's see. Yeah, I mean, if you lose this support, you're coming back down to some of these lower liquidity levels, 2.8. I will say that on the 4-hour, this does look better than a lot of other coins, but if Bitcoin's gonna dump, this is coming right back to 2.75. Let's see, where's our golden pocket? That's what we're trying to hold right now. Yeah. So independent of the entire market, this looks okay. But with how bearish Bitcoin looks with the 4-hour SFP, I'd be very careful with this. I mean, this is a valid 4-hour trade, but it's going to depend if Bitcoin can hold. Yeah. I don't like the bearish retest of momentum here. At the risk of being a little later to the trade, so this is your change of character on the 4-hour. I might wait for the break of structure on the 4-hour, get a little bit of a higher entry with a little higher confidence, just because Bitcoin doesn't look great, and you also just have this downtrending resistance here that you're now back under. Just like Bitcoin, right? You had the uptrending resistance, downtrending resistance that you've rejected from. I think it's a little too early for ICP. It's a little too early. This could just be a change of character, liquidity grab to come lower. I'd be careful. Good shit, Mikey. You're the man, bro. All right, bro. I'm gonna look at hype for you, and then I'm probably gonna call it after that. We might take one more look at Bitcoin, but okay. What are we looking at? Yeah. So weak low on the daily below you. Little daily break of structure at the highs, right? Come back to, oh, you don't even properly retest it. Selling off, right? I mean, hype did really good over the cycle. Now, looking at the chart on the daily, what level immediately stands out to me is going to be here. Kind of take out the lows from October 10th and come down. I'm being real with you, bro. I mean, I already have an alert on this, but you really want to see this kind of downtrending resistance break, retest to go. Otherwise, I would err on the side of this is just going to roll over because that's what it looks like. If we look at the 1-hour here, we had a 1-hour bull break here, and then what happens? We SFP the high. SFP the high. Or sorry, we break structure bearishly, and then we SFP the high. Yeah, I would say if you break 23.55, you're probably coming back for the lows. But yeah, you bearishly SFP this. If we do come down and break this, then it looks pretty bearish because you have a JPOW. A bearish JPOW, you're going to come sweep these. And maybe finally we can clean up these charts. Maybe finally altcoins can go home. They can take out their wicks, actually create some external structure. And we can look to participate down here, whether it looks like that or whether it looks like that, right? But we can participate down here with this external structure. Right now, hype looks like shit, man. You want to see it break this downtrending resistance. Otherwise, you're just going to bleed. Yeah, Bitcoin doing the thing. Bitcoin doing the thing. Let's go. Let's go. Everybody blow on your candles. Let's blow it down. Blow on your candles. But yeah, let's throw a magnet down here. See if we can get Bitcoin to come down here. Yeah, have a good one, Bearded. Can I do XRP? I'll take one look at it and tell you if I can do it or not. Let's see. Weak low below us, same thing. Just a quick glance. You got to break your downtrending resistance. You're failing to do so. They're probably coming for the wick. $1.50 psychological support maybe. But yeah, I'd set an alert on this downtrend. If it breaks, it starts to look better. Oh, I don't care where it goes, but we're all in a short right now. So right now, I want it to come to 84,349, and the reason for that is because we SFP'd the high on the 4-hour. Range rotation trade is to take the low. Yeah, 4-hour week low. Yep, exactly. All right, awesome, guys. Well, as always, thanks for hanging out with me, stopping by the stream. I appreciate all you guys. Make sure you join the free Discord in the description. It doesn't cost you anything. Come hang out with us. And as always, guys, much love. Trade safe. Wave safe. We're out. See you guys tomorrow.